event technology expert and host, Joe Martin.
Oh, hey, we're live, and I'm here with my good friend, all the way from Chicago, via New York, and before that, Florida, Lauren Goldberg, Regional Manager for AFR Rent Furniture. Hi, how you doing today?
Hello. I'm just going to say it's AFR Furniture Rental, because if I don't say that, my marketing manager will choke me. So
rentfurniture.com.
Rentfurniture.com. You can absolutely find us on there for AFR Furniture Rental. Hi, Joel. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So it's been like, oh my God, it's been ages. Before the show, we were trying to figure out, did I see you at Biz Bash? When did I last see you? Was it the Obama event? But it turns out it was MPI, Southeastern Conference, where we got to party and hang out. And we had a great time with your crew. I remember, there was so much food. And of course, it was all you can eat was still available. So I was grabbing like the fried chicken, waffles, and probably gained like 10 pounds at that event, which I love those catering events. But my God, it's like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss the in-person events. I miss running into my peeps like you and having good times and catching up and seeing what's going on, in person. I feel like that's
right.
More, definitely.
And you're what I call a staging and events expert, because you've been to so many events and you know furniture inside and out. And I think that's something that's incredibly important, even during this hybrid virtual transition world where all the AV companies are like, we need a furniture expert. How do we stage this, right? So, but before I get even to that, how about we start? How did you get into events? How did you get into this field?
I got into this industry by throwing insane birthday parties for myself when I was younger. And it definitely became a passion of mine, which led me to Miami, where you and I originally met when I started my career down there in the industry.
I think we first hung out in Tampa.
I think it was probably Tampa. God, you got a really good memory.
I don't, but I pretend to.
It seems like you do. So I moved from Miami and went up to New York. Eventually, I
heard your birthday parties there were amazing. I just couldn't wait to one.
Yes, no, they were pretty insane. And then I moved to Chicago in February. I did a year of quarantine in New York City and was like, okay, I think I might need a little change of scenery for a while. And so now I'm in Chicago and running the show from here as a regional sales manager for AFR.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. So how is life? How is Chicago treating you?
Chicago's good. Chicago is definitely slowly starting to open back up. They are, allowing more capacities. They're talking about having, some type of Lollapalooza this year, which is exciting. So it feels really good to be here and just kind of have a little bit more freedom right now versus what was kind of going on in New York at the time.
You don't like lockdown?
Yeah, actually, I loved it personally. I loved it because that was my first time in 7 years of being home and not being on the road and traveling all the time. So I'm one of the odd people that kind of liked it.
It's funny. So
ready to get back out there.
Let's talk events. Let's talk innovation. Yeah. So AFR, how are you guys been dealing with COVID? I know you have a consumer side for the furniture, sort of like a lot of the companies do. They sell furniture. And that must have been doing great, right? Like I was on a call with the CMO for Ashley Furniture, and Ashley was basically saying the pandemic has been great. We're selling billions. Like we can't keep up with demand. Like that we can't unload the containers fast enough. And I was thinking, man, in the events industry, a lot of companies like Court and you guys, you sell your furniture too, right? You rent it for consumers. How's that work? How's that going?
Well, I think the number one thing to think about is we were all stuck at home. So better time to redecorate your house than to do it during quarantine and lockdown. So, we are lucky enough where AFR has multiple clearance centers across the country. So we hosted lots of sales and, we had a lot of clients buying. We had a lot of retail clients buying. But we also have other segments at AFR. So we have our residential and staging segment, which did very well during the pandemic. We also have commercial, and we worked a lot with hospitals and supporting nurses that were going to other locations to help support them a little bit more. So we had a lot of different avenues going, but luckily the events is slowly starting to come back right now.
That's good. And I'm going to show some video clips here from AFR showing all the different furniture you guys have playing in the background.
AFR Furniture Rental is your safe, fast, and flexible provider of high-quality, contemporary office furniture rentals across the U.S. Our 45 years of industry experience, 26 locations nationwide, totaling more than 1 million square feet of warehouse space, and growing family of dedicated staff and associates all add up to the highest degree of service and versatility available in the furniture industry today. Now more than ever, renting furniture for your transitional home or office is a practical and affordable solution that allows for easy customization to fit your safety priorities. Reconfigure, revisit, and revise your workspace time and time again, selecting from a wide range of stylish and versatile office and home office furniture. A GSA contract holder and authorized supplier under the Disaster Purchasing Program, AFR can have you up and running in as fast as 48 hours after placing your order. Your safety is always of the highest priority to us here at AFR. We take great pride in our cleaning and disinfecting measures and have taken steps to make sure these procedures are even more rigorous and thorough. We are now utilizing advanced electrostatic sprayer technology along with powerful disinfecting and sanitizing solutions to completely and safely disinfect and sanitize all surfaces. We are also working closely with our staff in offices and warehouses across the country to keep them safe and help limit the spread of the virus. Some of the benefits of becoming a client include safe, no-contact delivery, flexible lease terms with no-hassle billing, fast, user-friendly online ordering, and reinforced quality assurance measures. AFR Furniture Rental.
And speaking of which, technology has influenced as events start coming back. And I'm trying to figure out what are you guys doing to clean the furniture? Like, what is the tech that you're bringing to bring back events?
Yeah, so I think one of the most important things is cleanliness right now. And we immediately invested in static electro cleaners when everything started. So this means that our furniture is getting cleaned when it comes back from a rental. It gets static cleaned. It goes up on our shelves after it's wrapped and put away. And then before an event, it comes back out. We unwrap it. We sanitize it again with the electrostatic cleaners, and then it goes out for delivery. That's been one of our biggest changes, I think, in our procedure, aside from our teams wearing masks and, PPP, at deliveries and whatever else our clients need, really, we support.
That's fantastic. And I actually just spoke to the CEO of a company that has a device that checks surfaces to see if they've been properly cleaned. I'm going to introduce the two of you after this call.
Yeah.
What else is AFR up to? Tell me about virtual. Where is this all headed?
Yeah, so, we do believe that events are going to stay hybrid for a while. I think we all can agree with that. We are hosting, virtual networkers and trying to create a unique, different experience for everyone to, come together and connect while we still can't do, our large conferences like we like to do where we see everybody. We do a lot with All Seated. Our furniture's in there, so we get to partner a lot with our clients and, doing the 3D layouts for them. The 3D layouts have definitely boomed up a lot more in the past year, but we love that because we're designers. So,
and I heard through the grapevine that you did some big events like the Super Bowl.
So we did the Super Bowl. We, have done it consecutively for the over years. And luckily enough, the Super Bowl did happen this year. It was on a much smaller scale. There was definitely different procedures in place, such as COVID testing, again, making sure our teams had PPP, but we did it, and we did it successfully with no issues. So, that just makes us more hopeful and more excited as we continue to build events back right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So where do you see, and sorry for all the questions, last question here. Where do you see things headed? I mean, in 2021, 2022, people are getting vaccinated. Hopefully the trend goes down as we move from the pandemic to the endemic. I've been reading about self-cleaning plastics, about UV drones. What do we have to do to bring back events? I mean, what is the next step in this technology living with the endemic phase? Yeah,
I think that we can all agree that this past year our trust was a little broken. We're a little bit more insecure about being out and around people. So I think just making sure that people feel safe and comfortable is going to be the biggest thing for getting events back and rolling. I like the idea of the drones that can sanitize the air. I was at an event the other week here in Chicago, and there was a guy with a backpack on that had a static electro backpack, and he was spraying all the surfaces that people can touch.
Cool.
Thing at like the Museum of Science, same thing. They have people constantly walking around cleaning. AFR has brought on acrylic divider walls. We've brought on the barriers for the bars. You can also put them on tables, so you at least have that space. We have sanitizer stations. I mean, sanitizing companies were probably the most successful last year.
Yeah.
So again, just making sure like we are doing everything we can as providers to make sure that attendees feel safe at events.
I'm also good friends with the CEO of a company that has the sanitation devices that gives you the data on who sanitized their hands at the event. So it can track.
I would love that information.
I mean, if they want it, I'll put you guys in contact. All right, cool.
Holy cow! Wow. I mean, like,
of course, you need a badge or an RFID band, but it tracks who cleaned their hand. Yeah.
I think the RFID bands are also going to be a big thing. Like we were talking about before. At restaurants now, we don't have menus anymore. Just like we're probably not.
What's a menu? I don't know.
Exactly. You're reducing the touch spaces. The RFID bands, I think, are going to be genius if everybody can get on board with it, because you can literally do everything you have to do without having to have that close contact with somebody. You can eliminate registration desks, mail the RFIDs ahead of time.
Yeah.
Just ideas. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I love you guys are hanging in there, and you pivoted and you did great with the rental side for consumers.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. Sorry it took
Likewise.
so long, but you're one of my favorite people in the industry.
I know.
So when it comes to furniture, I only think of one person to rent furniture from. So
thanks, Joel. Thanks, Joel.
Cheers. Where's your water?
Cheers. My water's right here. Let's get to a live event so we can buy.
There you go. We'll hang out again, I'm sure.
Definitely. Thank you. All right.